The Los Angeles Rams are leading the NFC as they are now the number one team, sitting at a 9-2 record after their Sunday Night Football win. They will travel to Carolina to take on the Panthers, who just lost on Monday Night Football to the Rams division rival, San Francisco 49ers. My name's Tyler, here with my brother Ryan. We're going to break down this Week 13 matchup and provide our predictions at the end. So be sure to stay tuned, leave a comment, and while you're at it, hit that subscribe button, get notified when new videos come out. Trying to get to 100 new subscribers this week, and let's see if we can do it in this video alone. And Ryan, dominant win by the Rams here on Sunday Night Football, even before Baker Mayfield got hurt, which was like towards the end of the second quarter. It was still just a super dominant victory overall. The defense was flying all over the place, really making him uncomfortable. Matt Stafford's looking great. I mean, I know we talked about. I know I mentioned in the Cowboys video that George Pickens trade might be like sneakily underrated, like one of the best trades this offseason. The Devontae Adams signing, I think, might be one of the best
Yeah.
signings, I think, as well, to what he's brought to this team here. Yeah, he signed with them, right? He
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah. He was released by the
Okay.
Jets, I believe.
He was really okay. I'm pretty sure. Whatever happened to have him go to this Rams team was the best thing. And if
Yeah.
it means it was a trade, then it trumps the George Pickens one because what he's done for this team here, too. So Matt Stafford and Sean McVay are absolutely loving it. So, but yeah, this defense is playing great as well too. Um, Shout out, I will say to some of the Rams fans as well too from the last video as well too with talking about the secondary. I think you guys made some fair points as well too, and I was looking at the secondary a little bit differently to be fair. So I appreciate you with that. Shout out to Emmanuel Forbes too. Kind of like a nice little career resurgence here going on in LA, but they're going to be going up against a Panthers team who I'll talk about Bryce Young a little bit more here, but I think it had an opportunity to take control of the NFC South as well too, but unfortunately did not. And there's good reasons why. It's just a tough offensive performance overall here, while this defense is playing the best that they can. So, Ryan, I want to throw it over to you here for the Rams and the Panthers. What are your overall thoughts on these teams? Because one's definitely a clear Super Bowl contender,
Yeah.
and one is, I mean, still could make the playoffs because the NFC South is trash, but still a lot of question marks still.
Yeah. Starting off with the Rams, I mean, they're probably the best team in the NFL right now. You look at that defense, especially that front seven, they're getting after it, and they've just been so dominant. Offensively, Matt Stafford is having one of the best seasons of his career. I saw a crazy stat. So Matthew Stafford, after I believe their Sunday night win, he has a 500 record over his career now. Which just goes to show you how bad some of those Detroit teams were
Yeah,
throughout his time there. But yeah, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, fantastic. Kyron Williams has been solid. One thing that I just saw too, I thought Jared Verse was leading this team in sacks. It's actually not. It's Byron Young, the other edge rusher for them, which I think is crazy because you still have Braden Fisk in the middle. You have Jared Verse. They do a really good job of mixing it up and getting a lot of guys some production in there. And Jared Verse is also getting probably a lot of the attention and the chips and whatnot, giving favorable matchups to everybody else. But man, this team is just uh very well rounded. The secondary has been playing well. I still give a lot of credit to the secondary or to the front seven for
yeah,
the resurgence of the secondary here, but those guys are taking advantage of their opportunities and they're doing what is asked of them. So it's
yeah.
kind of hard to knock them there. So Rams probably the best team in the NFL right now. I would not say that about the Carolina Panthers. They got a lot of things to figure out. This defense has definitely done a complete 180 from last year to this year. We'll have to monitor JC Horn, who I believe left the Monday night game with an injury. But yeah, this defense has been night and day different from this year to last year. Offensively, unfortunately, it's been a night and day difference as well. I really thought that at the end of last year, this offense had kind of figured things out and was doing really, really well. And now, and I say that really in reference to Bryce Young in this passing attack. And even with the addition of Ted McMillan, I just don't know if he's the guy right now. And I know we could sit here and talk about how the Panthers have a path to make the playoffs and all this stuff, but I think big picture, I still think that the Panthers are probably going to have to go back to the drawing board at the quarterback position if they really want to find long-term success in this league.
Potentially, yeah. I'm trying to think of things here too as well, just on like ways to talk about it with Bryce Young in this offense. They have had some offensive line injuries, and some
Yeah.
guys have been on IR, like Robert Hunt, Brady Christensen, as well too. So it's like, could that possibly be it? But also too, though, it's, I don't know. I also think too then as well, eye test wise, like we would be able to like you could just see like, okay, like there's still something here with this guy. And maybe there's something is. Maybe he's still learning or whatnot. And I think we started to see it towards the end of last year, what this offense was becoming, and
Yeah.
we just haven't seen it so far this year. Another game of under 200 passing yards, 2 interceptions as well too. The defense did a good job of getting him 3 picks in a row on drives for San Francisco as well. Only able to get 3 points out of those 3 picks, and that's because those 3 picks were in consecutive 49ers possessions here. One of them was which followed up by an interception at the 1 yard line as well too. And I know it's a game of inches and everything like that, but still at the end of the day though, it's just another thing then too as well that kind of puts it in my mind, and of course my mind, in my opinion, really matters to the Carolina Panthers front office. I know, I completely understand, but still though, it's like I think they're looking at it, and if you're Dave Canales, and it's like, look, no offense to Bryce Young, but I didn't draft you. Like you're not my guy. Like here's my system, and I think there's some good pieces there that they do have, like going and getting Ted McMillan. I think is going to be huge. You've had guys emerge like Jalen Coker as well. I think Xavier Legette still has opportunity. He maybe could also be kind of on that fringe as well too, but like it's kind of slowly destined into like just a forever journeyman number 2, number 3 receiver potentially. But hey, if he pairs him up with Ted McMillan, that could be really good. Or maybe if they get a better quarterback, that could also help out a lot. But that's the thing though. Here is, I think Bryce Young now is they've done things where they've improved the offensive line, they've improved the running game, they've given him weapons, and now you only have 2 games over 200 yards passing this whole season. One of which was a lot of garbage time in week 2 or week 3 against the Arizona Cardinals, and then the other one was against my Atlanta Falcons, which not super impressive. We have good pass rush, but our secondary is not good. But it's like just do that 2 times in 12 games in your third year with the weapons that they're giving him. That's where it really starts to bring into question here as well too. It's where
Yeah.
I think they're trying to develop him and whatnot, and he's coming up on a big year too because he's going into the 4th year of his contract after this season. So it's definitely going to be the money year for him if they don't already go ahead and make a decision. And so I say all this though too as well because then now they are having some offensive line struggles. To be fair, I try and give that as much of a caveat as I could. But and this is where you talked about how great this front seven is for Los Angeles. I think they're going to feast all over this offensive line. I think they're going to really struggle to go and run the ball against them here. Not just in general. I know stats wise, the Rams are like they're 11th in passing yard. It's in total yards allowed, 13th in both passing and rushing yards allowed. They have 31 sacks on the season, and they are second in takeaways. To be fair to everybody, talking about the interceptions here, they have 20 takeaways on the season. But I do still think, though, credit to the secondary, yes, but where a lot of these takeaways, well, I don't want to say takeaways, where a lot of the success I think does come from this Rams defense is from the front seven. It is,
Yeah.
I think it's Puna Ford, Braden Fisk, Kobe Turner up front. A lot of meat up there, a lot of aggressiveness. Then, as you talk about, yeah, Byron Young, Jared Verse coming on the other side, and then shout out then to Nate Landman got a contract extension, former Falcon. I hated seeing him walk. But then you had Omar Spates as well too, coming in there as well. Those were massive upgrades this offseason. So I think they maybe pound for pound, like one of the best front sevens in the league. Maybe top 3, top 5 if you want to get really debatey with it. But I think that's going to be the difference in the game is in just the way Bryce Young's playing here again, and the offense as a whole has been playing. I think largely due to Bryce Young's performance. I don't think he's going to have time to hit his playmakers. and some of that's not his fault in this game. But still, at the end of the day, though, it's going to be a result. And Matt Stafford on the flip side too. J.C. Horn's getting evaluated for a concussion. He's probably unlikely to play, especially now too that he has one less day to prepare for it. I think the Rams offense could have a good day against this Panthers defense. Not as good as last year's defense, not as good as they could have done with last year's defense because the Panthers defense sucked. But I still think at the end of the day, though, I think it's going to be
Yeah.
tough for the Panthers to score. And the Rams, I think the Rams need to just put up like 21, 24 points. I think that's all they need to put up against this team.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to win.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. For me, I just think that this Rams team, they're going to put up points on anybody. It doesn't matter really who you're playing or who they're playing. And they're going to be really good. And so if you can't keep pace against this defense, then good luck.
Yeah.
Because if you get behind and this defense is able to just pin their ears back against you, that's going to be a rough day for your offensive line and your quarterback. So all in all, I think the Rams are going to come out ahead in this matchup. They're just the superior team here. And it is unfortunate. Like, I do like Bryce Young. They spent that pick on him to hopefully, fix their quarterback woes. But I just don't think it's worked out. I think at certain point you have to just call a spade and move on. And they kind of have they found a little bit of success here this season and put themselves at 6-6. I don't think they'll be in the quarterback carousel this go round, but I think in 2027, I think first round quarterback could definitely be on the board for the Carolina Panthers. So as sad as that is, I just don't think Bryce Young's worked out for this team.
Well, I mean, there's maybe still time. I think you're
Yeah.
right too. It's interesting, like when we come to an off-season standpoint of like if they're picking, let's say they just missed the playoffs, but like they're picking 17th or whatnot. It's not really in a place where you can draft a quarterback or bring somebody in. Maybe they go and sign somebody. I think that would be interesting as well. I have to see who's available. But yeah, I think that's I think it's an active conversation that's going on within the organization here as
Mhm.
well because like I'm seeing it and I'm thinking it, so it must be true. But no, but it's just you just see it now, and it's not like it's getting better. It's not like there's some good games and there's some bad games. It's the same thing I think too with Anthony Richardson
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Like everybody gave him a shot. I know he had some injuries, like or whatnot, but no, you gave him a shot. But it was the same mistakes that he was making in week one as he was at week 12 as he was making in week one. The accuracy didn't get any better over those couple of years, and like I think NFL organizations are going to be like, hey, if the writing's on the wall, let's just put it in permanent marker and just go build a new wall.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of other good young quarterbacks to come out here and try.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. But as far as this matchup goes, we are both taking the Rams. Let's go ahead. Let's wrap up this video here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. Will it be the Los Angeles Rams? Will it be the Carolina Panthers? And that we'll see you guys next time.